Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. It's the Ed August Astrology and Tarot Show. Well, good afternoon to you. Even if you're on the Pacific Coast, it's afternoon now. We had to bail out of our 12 noon Mountain Time show. We just had too many technical things going on. I'm looking at where the planets are right now that would cause this, and the moon is in 22 degrees of Taurus, which is conflicting with my Saturn, and a few other things are going on. I see. Mercury is in 10 degrees Pisces. Mercury is the planet of communication and travel. I guess I'm not going to take any trips today. But it's exactly opposite my Mars. Okay, so that's perfect. That's exactly fulfills the parameters of a bad experience on the radio. But anyway, so I bailed out of the 12 noon when I realized that it was not set up and nobody knew that the show was even on. I don't know if I had any listeners or not. But anyway, so yes, Sun is also in the 13th degree of Pisces. Does that sound lucky for you, for anybody, the 13th degree? I don't know if I believe in that stuff. Moon in Taurus, well, there's a soft side. There's a soft and pleasant side to Moon in Taurus for most people because that's a sign of Venus. Taurus and Libra are both under the Venusian vibration. And I have a blog up right now, which I posted yesterday or the day before, which has to do with Venus and the fact that Venus was even, worshipped back in the Roman Empire before it was before Christianity held sway over the empire. Venus and Mars are still in Aries. I still am thinking of this as being a wonderful time for romance. There's a lot of romance in the air. Also, very many upsets. So Jupiter is going retrograde and will be going retrograde for another until September. So Jupiter's a planet of fortune, and if Jupiter is right now going in the heavens across a point in your chart, then that could mean that there's all that fulfillment of Jupiter's promise, but it's being put off because Jupiter is retrograde. That just means that when we look at it from the Earth, it looks like it's going backwards, but it's only an optical illusion, really. However, it's strange that it does have an effect in astrology, just like Mercury retrograde has an effect in astrology. Speaking of Jupiter, a person named Emma, and that's all that I'll say about her, Emma, called and wrote, and I said I'd do some astrology. You know what, I'm just thinking whether this would be better for me to do this perhaps in email format. I think I will do this in an email format. Emma was having some difficulties with her career. She's between jobs, and looking at the transits over her chart, it's easy to see why. There's three major aspects going on. It kind of hinges on Jupiter more than anything else. Well, actually, what it really hinges on is the fact that she was born with Venus and Jupiter and the North Node all together in Capricorn and the 10th house. This is extremely lucky. She's used to, Emma out there, you're used to things going smoothly and not being this horrible problem that you're experiencing now. But you were also born with Saturn in the second house which has to do with money and finances, and there's an opposition in your chart between Mars and Saturn. So there will be occasional times of great, tremendous luck and fortune, and friends can help you. Never lose track of your friends because they'll always be there, for you when you need them, hopefully. But finding the remuneration, finding a job that's going to pay you what it costs to live in your part of America, which I know is very expensive, that's the hard part. And the transits show that right now you are enduring more trouble than you have endured perhaps in a dozen years, I mean, the great, what do you want to call it? It wasn't really a great depression, but whatever that thing was, 2008, 2009, 2010, whatever that thing was, that was not as bad for you as what you're going through right now. And I know there's a job, out there for you, but it's just the universe seems to be testing you. Maybe God is testing you, or if we were in India right now and we're talking to a Swami sitting on the sidewalk doing astrology, because they have so many astrologers over there, he would say, "It's karma. Karma must be satisfied in your chakra." Well, I don't want to make fun of that. I love the astrology, the Indian astrologers, the Vedic astrology. I've studied it to some extent. But so, there's lessons to learn. I wish I could be to be more positive, except to say that Jupiter will come to your rescue, but it has to go back direct. Until then, there's going to be possibly not the jobs that you want. You will have jobs, but they will not be the kind that are going to draw all that money that you want. Well, on another matter, April the giraffe, I am told by my contact, is evidently going into labor. She may give birth soon. There's a live stream of April the giraffe preparing to give birth. It's been on for a week at Animal Adventure Park in New York. It took millions of people watching it. And my friend is a real animal lover, and so she keeps mentioning this to me. She wants me to watch the live. No, I don't know if I want to watch a giraffe give birth. I just don't think that's my shtick, is to watch a giraffe give birth. But God bless her, and I hope everything goes well. There are some people protesting, that say, well, what is this? What? A giraffe giving birth, so you put a camera on it? You put a live feed? That's not very nice. You wouldn't do that to your sister or your daughter. Why do it to a giraffe? So, friends, there is a call that I'm going to take right now because she's been waiting a while, and I don't want that. And the call is coming in from, it looks like maybe Memphis, Tennessee, somewhere in Tennessee. Hello in the 901 area code.
Hello.
Hi. May I have your first name, please?
Lenice.
Lenice, I don't remember a call from your area in the last month or two. Have we spoken before?
I believe we have, but I don't remember how long it's been. It's been a while. I remember your theme song. I said I've heard that before.
As a matter of fact, I remember your voice. It makes me want to break out in a bit of a southern twang, which I am told is not a good idea. Never imitate an accent from somewhere else in the country. But it's so easy for me to do it. It's like I'm a chameleon, I could just change so quickly. So anyways, yes, so Denise, what can I do for you today with the cards? Because I'm going to pick 3 cards for you.
Okay, my mother is on my mind and my heart constantly. And I would like to know if she can say something, or is there a message from her through the card? She's passed away. Mm-hmm. When did she pass away? March 6th last year.
Okay. Oh, okay. 6th. Well, you gave me goosebumps with that, so I hope that if she is out there, may I have her first name?
Dorothy.
Dorothy, if you're within the sound of my voice on any level, any dimension, would you like to leave a message for your darling daughter? And I've shuffled, and where would you like me to cut these cards? Denise, near the top, third of the way, half the way, where would I cut them for you?
Close to, pretty much close to the top. I always do number 7, count to 7 or whatever.
Well, you know what? That sounds good to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the 7th card is Page of Swords. Page of Swords is new things, many new things that are going on. And it's a happy card. It's a card of someone experiencing some freedom, some the illness. I presume it was an illness that she had is over, and there's a lot of freedom there. The second card is the Nine of Swords, where there's 9 swords hanging in the air. Someone is sitting in bed with their hands on their face. They're just very disturbed and unhappy, and that might be a sign from her that she's worried about you not being able to take what's going on in your life right now in a positive way, that, you know, maybe you're focusing too much on either on her or on some other issue that is getting you down. It could be a man in your life. Who is the King of Cups? I see a man sitting here on a throne. That's the third card. Someone who has power and authority. It could be your dad. It could be. Is there someone someone who is still alive, but that you're worried about also? Are you caring for someone else, or have you heard from any other relatives that may be having a problem right now?
Well, my brothers and sisters seem to be doing okay. It's just me. I guess that would be me with the Nine of Swords, because I've been in bed just crying and just kind of up.
So in that case, it seems like the King of Cups is someone who could help you and mentor you and be friendly to you. And I'm not sure who that is. Are you not living with a man right now?
No, I live alone.
Mm-hmm. So this shows that what you need is some fresh air, some exercise. I'm getting that from the Page of Swords. And step back from the negativity. Dorothy is saying, talk more to friends. Make some friends. She'd love to see you make more friends with the King of Cups. And I'm going to pick a fourth card. And that's the Three of Pentacles, where 3 people are talking. One person is doing a job, and they're keeping busy. They're conversing about how best to approach something, how best to do some situation. It could be some artisan. It could be someone in construction or electrical, or someone who's an artist, or even a musician. After all, you're in the Memphis area, I guess. So, the message from her seems to be that you need friends and company. You need to get out more, and you'll be very happy. And then the last card I'll pick is the Nine of Cups, which shows someone sitting there with a big smile on their face. They're surrounded with all the good things that they need. The money is there. The finances seem to be okay. So I don't know if that is Dorothy talking about herself, or if that is, in other words, don't worry about her, she's fine. Or if she's saying that things will work out for you. The cards are very benevolent. The only card that shows any unhappiness at all is the card that shows the mourning process. It could be mourning, couldn't it? Mourning for her, inability to kind of like pull back from that, Go to the source of whatever belief system you have that is positive and can give you some encouragement. And if you email me or go to my website and look for the radio page and look at the comments section, you can send me a message that way. Or just ed@edugusts.com is a good way to reach me. AUGUSTS.com. And I can look into this some more. Well, Dorothy, I hope not Dorothy. I'm sorry. I hope that helps you, and I hope that was able to bring it together. Yeah.
I just needed to hear that he's okay, and so I can.
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah. Instead of being old and sick, she is on a new path. She's a young spirit now. She's a young spirit. The Page of Swords is having fun. It's going out. Was she injured or debilitated? Was she having a hard time walking and stuff like that near the end?
Oh yes, she had a hard time walking, and she wanted to walk. And soon after her passing, Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She came to me
in
a dream, and it's so real, and she walked to me. And that was
Denise, then what?
her heart.
Then what that card means? The very first card shows. Yes, here I am. I'm walking. I'm feeling like I'm outdoors. It's fresh. It's beautiful, and she can get around. But she's in the spirit world. Thank you so much for your call. I hope to hear from you again.
Thank you.
All the best. You're so welcome.
You too.
And with that, I've got a call coming in from the 520 area, which is not too far away here from Phoenix. Hello, 520.
Hello, I'm in Tucson.
Oh, great. Tucson is practically home.
In Arizona.
I lived there for about 7 years. I seem to have some kind of limit of 7 or 8 years in my adult life. I lived about 7 years someplace, and then I moved somewhere. So now I'm in Chandler.
Well, that's interesting.
And you're down.
Chandler is very beautiful.
It's very beautiful, and I'm very centrally located right now. I'm real close to the Chandler Mall. I'm within, walking distance to about 7 restaurants. That's important for me. I'm within walking distance to Barnes & Noble. But it's even better to be within walking distance of In-N-Out Burger, So
hey, I like
have I done a reading? Yeah. Have I ever done a reading for you in Tucson?
No.
Well, then, may I have your first name, and what's your question for me today?
Okay. My first name is Christina, and
Christina. Uh-huh.
Yes. And I was just wondering if you could just give me a general reading on if there's anything I need to know, or
sure.
what's coming up. My life has been this. I've been married 29 years. I have 3 children. I've lived in the same house for 25 years. I'm just wondering if there's anything new coming. Any changes?
Okay.
I'm ready for
it sounds like maybe you need to take a vacation. 29 years. And your kids are grown now?
Yeah. Well, I have a
right.
30-year-old and then a 26-year-old, and God blessed me with my last baby, which is 15, and she's my baby girl.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So I've shuffled the cards. So, Christina, tell me where you see.
Pardon me?
Hello. I'm back. Anybody there? Hi, Christina. Are you still holding? Hello. Oh, I gotta click the talk thing here. Okay. Oops. Wait a second. I got. Oh, that's you. That's right. Hello, Christina. Are you still there?
We got disconnected.
Yeah, what happened is my phone just suddenly died. And as I was saying at the top of the show, that kind of thing can happen with Mars forming an opposition to Mercury in my chart. And the moon in not a very good position right now for Saturn. So this kind of embarrassing thing doesn't surprise me a bit. Maybe I should have taken a day off. And that happens sometimes, that happens, that there are days when a person is better off staying in bed. Except I know the story of somebody who, actually that happened to me. I stayed home one day because the planets were so bad, and something fell on me from a shelf, with it was just weird. Believe me, strange things like that happen. So we were just about to do the cards, Christina, for you, and it was a general question. And did you say you wanted it near the top? Oh, the 7th card. It was going to be the 7th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the message from the universe is, I think you need to get over feelings of any disappointment that you have in your life. Now, you said that you've been happily married for close to 30 years and you have 3 children. Is there something that's been really bothering you, that a grief or an upset or a worry? You're a very spiritual person. Are you worried about something in particular? Because the first card is the 3 of Swords, which shows a heart which is pierced by 3 swords with rain falling from some dark clouds. So I'm just feeling that there's some issue or another which you have not mentioned, or something in the background, that's bothering you? Is it within the marriage, or is it in the employment, or what is the issue, please?
It's one of my children, my middle child. He's a boy, and he had got cleaned up and off the drugs, and then he decided, I guess, I don't know, he had a relapse, so he's back to his old ways. So I've been just trying to pray and put it in God's hands because I do not want to worry again. But it still pierces my heart.
Yes, and you know what? I picked some other cards to follow up that line of conversation with that subject matter of him. And the first card that I get is the Eight of Wands, which is a card that has to do with change and travel. I'm picking up that unless he's living at home, he needs to get a. I'm sorry.
He is
right now. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, change, travel, getting out, getting on his feet. That's so important. But I see that you're fearful, and maybe he's even fearful that if he goes out somewhere into the world, that maybe it would be a mistake because he might get swamped again by bad people, bad decisions, So, So it shows that change would do him good, travel would do him good, going to a clinic of some kind, checking in at some clinic, I don't know, would be good. And the vacation in general, especially if both you and he are feeling tormented, by this situation. The second card that I originally picked up was the Two of Cups, is the love that is there, the love that you have with your child, with your family, is very strong. So, I'm just wondering how this ties together. It shows. So we have this broken heart, which is the disappointment that you're feeling. It's going to be overcome by the closeness and the positive effect that what this is having on you as a person. Perhaps what it's doing is on a spiritual level. It seems to be testing you, but there are rewards. There are rewards for this. Maybe coming from him, maybe coming from your husband, maybe coming from another person. You may do well to also consult with and have meetings with someone who's a counselor or perhaps, some professional that can give you tips on how to deal with this. I know there's like the Alcoholics Anonymous or something, but it would be more I know this. What is it called? Narcolon or something like that. There's a group that parents and friends can get into to support a child that's having these difficulties. So he should not be alone. The Hermit card pops up. He should not be alone, and you should not be alone. I think you're doing the right thing. And since him moving away is not feasible, because he's also having some problems with employment, I guess, is he?
He was, but now he got a job in landscaping, and this is the longest job he's kept.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
In that case, you know what? Yes.
Yeah, but he's still doing drugs and alcohol.
Wow, both, huh?
So I don't know when he's going to fall on his face, because I figure how long can he go that way?
Yeah. Wow. So the third card that originally came up was the Four of Pentacles. That means holding on, doing your best, and him doing his best, and saving up some money. Maybe Tucson is not the best place for your son. Maybe at some point he would do better if like let's say if you guys took a drive, had a vacation, went someplace a few hundred miles away. I mean, I notice all the difference in the world between Tucson and any place else that I'm in. My luck is better, my health is better, different places are better for different people. You see how that is? So I know you want to hold on to him, and I know that he's in a safe environment, but maybe that's not true because you know what? I don't think you're facilitating his drug use or his drinking, but what's sad is that he's living at home with you, and even though he's living at home with you, he's still taking drugs and drinking. So you see, something's got to go. Something's got to change. The first impression I got is he needs to get away from his so-called friends, the so-called friends that come by or that he visits and, hooks up with them. It's not good. It's just not good. The work is good. 8 of Pentacles. It's good that he's got this job. Jeepers. I think you've got to get him on a different path if you can. Maybe that mentoring or help.
Without arguing with him or him getting upset with me. So now I've just let it go. Before I used to worry about it, but now I'm just like, okay, I'm going to put him in God's hands. And I heard of a prayer that says, may he stumble and fall so he won't ruin his life. So I'm just praying that he'll stumble and fall so he can, start a better life. And he is 26 years old. He needs to, I was thinking he needs to get an apartment or get on his own and maybe figure out, paying his bills and doing, that would keep him on track. I'm not sure what to do anymore at this time.
Yeah. So the partnership that you have right now is not quite the perfect one. He'd be better off in a different location, and also then he could deal with some of these issues better. There may be something in the fact that he's staying at home with you and the rest of the family, I guess his sister and you and his dad, that is provoking him to this escapism, the escapism of the drugs that he's taking. So why don't you encourage that? That makes a lot of sense to me. The 8 of Wands definitely shows movement and travel. It could be a little vacation. It could just be a studio. There's little studios and rooms available in Tucson for $300 or $400, right? For $300 or $400. So, well, I wish you all the best, and I'm sorry that's all the time. We have this half hour has just rushed by. Well, Christina, thanks very much. I hope this was some help.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Here is my exit music, and I hope that to hear from you online at edaugusts.com. Go to my website, please. Here is my tiptoe piano exit. So if I kiss you in the garden, in the moonlight, would you pardon me? Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.